Back inside Magness Arena, Denver with a 70-58 win over Western Illinois. A really, really good finish for the Pioneers, who over the final 8:42 of this game go on a 27-13 run to knock out the Western Illinois Leathernecks. And joined by the head coach of the Pioneers, Rodney Billups. And Coach, this is a question that I wanted to phrase this way in the Omaha game, and we didn't get a chance to. It's kind of a gut check win. I mean, it's the first time in conference play that it's really been a down-to-the-wire type of game that your guys are able to pull away and really press down on the gas late, which is impressive. What'd you talk to him about post-game tonight?
You know, I told our team that we're a really good team when we play the right way. I think for 25, 28 minutes of this game, we didn't play the right way. You know, we were stagnant. Our defense didn't have any energy, and we picked it up late, which was good to see. And our bench gave us great minutes, and that's exactly what I told them. We don't win this game without our bench.
23 points for Denver off the bench compared to just 8 for Western Illinois. And there are a couple of moments I want you to take me through in the second half. Jake Pemberton, we've seen this play seem like it's freed up Jake in a lot of big moments over the last few games, but 6:18 to go. Jake finds himself behind everybody defensively. That layup in the paint, that put you guys up at the time by 3. It was 52-49. And it just seemed like that kind of started the snowball. The guys were, I mean, that was an explosion off the bench when a play works well. Take me through that moment.
No, we gave up a lot of easy looks, just trying to be so unselfish. And we knew Daniel was going to create some attention around the basket. Guys just standing and watching and back cutting was effective against this team today. But, you know, when guys rally around each other and guys start playing with and for each other, our team is pretty good. But we're not good enough to not be able to do that. And we have to do that for longer stretches during the game, and especially during a drought. You know, we go minutes upon minutes of not scoring, but our defense is good enough right now, and hopefully it continues to get better. But it's good enough right now to continue to try to compete and win at the end.
Another last couple of minutes of this game, 2:03 left. Joe Rosga jumps in and is able to take away a rebound from a guy in Brandon Gilbeck who's 7 feet tall, keeps the possession alive. Not only does he keep the possession alive, Joe is then the one to hit the jumper of his first of 3 straight field goals that he made. And when you have a guy who's a veteran who's able to take a team on his back and do that, I mean, just the leadership from him and from Jake Pemberton, these guys to step up late. You need those guys. You need them big in conference play. But what does that say about, you know, Joe and just that fight that he's got?
Just his toughness. You know, we need that toughness with him. And at halftime today, he told me, "Hey, Coach, I'm tired. Can I get an early break?" Which we went with Luke, and Luke gave us really good minutes. Elvin gave us good minutes in the first half too. But Joe's his toughness just outweighs his talent and his athleticism. He's not afraid to get his nose dirty, and that play represented that. And you know, the basketball guys are always with you when you play the right way and you're trying to be unselfish. That shot, I think he probably could have took it from half court and would have went in.
Joe finishes with 12 tonight, and it's one of those nights where that doesn't tell half the story of Joe Rosga's night. Coach, final point, South Dakota comes in on Saturday, a team that's leading the conference now. It was the first conference game of the year for your guys back on December 30th, and that, I know for a lot of guys in your room, felt like a winnable game in which South Dakota pulled away late. But what kind of confidence does this give you, especially seeing the way that they were able to lock in toward the end of a game with a good team coming in on Saturday?
You know, the beginning of this game represented our attention, right? I think our attention is at South Dakota, especially with them winning so well last night. South Dakota's a good team, coached by a really good coach in Coach Smith. You know, coach of the year last year. So we have to strap up. We got to be ready for 40 minutes. You know, Carlton heard they got guys from Denver on their roster, so they're going to have some pride coming in here. But you know, if we play the right way, we defend and we rebound, we give ourselves a chance to win at the end of the game, and that's all I can ask for.
It's head coach of the Pioneers, Rodney Billups. Denver with a 70-58 win over Western Illinois. Just the second time this year Pioneers have won consecutive games. Coach, congrats on this one, and see you on Saturday.
Hey, thanks.
Pioneer postgame wrapping up from Magness Arena. Denver with a good one. Back-to-back Summit League wins will send the Pioneers into a big matchup against the conference's leader coming up on Saturday. The South Dakota Coyotes arrive in town for a 4 p.m. Mountain Time tip-off. So keep that in mind. It's 1 o'clock when Denver will see the women's teams take the floor, Denver and South Dakota, and then the Pioneer men will hit the floor against the Coyotes coming up at 4 o'clock. Pioneer pregame will get started at 3:30, barring a long women's game beforehand. And tune in and catch a big matchup with Denver getting the conference-leading South Dakota Coyotes in town here at Magness Arena. My biggest thanks to everybody here at the University of Denver, including Ed Henderson, Deb Welke, Chris Smith, Rodney Billups, and all the rest. Thanks to Stephen Priest Jr. back in the studio for producing the broadcast this evening. My name is Tyler Mon. Our biggest thanks to you for tuning in. Denver wins this one 70-58 over Western Illinois. We'll talk to you on Saturday for South Dakota.